Hello and welcome back to the insanity that is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines with the Clan Quest mod installed. And we're playing Malkavians just so we can get all that juicy dialogue recorded. So today we have a few things. The first thing we gotta do is have a chat with this door over here. It says we're not good enough to come through it, and I say it can't tell us how to live our lives. Boom. Good enough it seems. Oh, look, a dead guy. And a homeless guy.
Did you see it?
The dangling headless horror?
He done tore him up, right in two, ripped him apart like a rag doll.
Was it the shadow-cloaked killer?
These two guys, the dead guy and the other one, they showed up. I've been living here, so I hid. I thought maybe they was owners or cops come to clean the place out.
Who was the homeboy of the headless one?
The dead feller called him Muddy.
Tell me of the dirty deeds of Muddy and his headless henchman.
They was waiting on someone. They were going to do some kind of job, they were saying. But the person they was meeting, well, he was late. So the one guy leaves to find the phone and call him, and the dead guy stayed. Oh, that's when the killer, that's when he showed up.
Ah, the shadow-cloaked killer stepped from his dark domain.
1 second he wasn't there, and then he was. Like out of the shadows he come up. Scared the shit out of the dead guy. I'd like to scream, but I couldn't breathe.
A booze-laden breath may have been your death.
Oh, that killer, he grew these claws. I swear it, I saw it. And the dead guy went white like he seen the devil, and then the killer grabbed him round the neck and lifted him up and started cursing at the guy.
What words from this dark devil?
Oh, I couldn't hear too good. Something about revenge for what he did or what they did. The killer made sure the dead guy knew who he was and then ripped him open. Just tore him apart. He did it real slow and made the guy scream.
This story will place you in a padded cell. Silence if you love your freedom.
Okay, I will. I don't want to never think about that again.
Yeah. Masquerade stays in place. Let's go up here and take a closer look. Oh, hey, card. Lucky Star room key. We'll get there. And a car stereo. We'll sell that. Oh, look at his head. Who's playing soccer? Who wants a game? I can pick it up too. Pro basketball player. So that's kind of it around the town. So I guess what we got to do is what the prince wants us to do and go see Dr. Grout. So let's head over to the taxi.
Going somewhere?
Somewhere, elsewhere, anywhere. Let's go. Oh look, it's Nines. Hey Nines, how's it going, buddy?
What are you doing here?
Well, I mean, that's an interesting way to start the conversation, but I guess I'm wandering the mystical maze of my mind.
No?
That's not an answer because I didn't ask a question. Your words are a little wobbly, buddy.
You should get out of here. This place is bad news. Pardon me.
Huh? Your mouth is making mystical mush. And you're walking away. Good talk, buddy. Now, I'm not gonna lie. We're gonna be doing a lot of sneaking. And just murdering people. Just like this. A whole lot of that going on today. Wait there. See, because I know it, but you don't know it, that all these people would attack us on sight, so we can't let that happen.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've been made to witness for my supernatural longevity. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular, of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse 50 years after my apparent death. No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition, or that of my beloved wife, lies within our figurative minds, waiting to be unlocked by the correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals. Sorry, Sigmund, but I choose to stay my course. In time, too, may your star fade and disappear.
God, don't you just love this guy's voice? Silky smooth. Like butter being poured into my ear holes. Listen again.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychoses, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humors, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing of perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized, like a newborn babe discovering the sky. I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this climate, I fear, may never be replicated.
Oh yeah, you can tell that guy's Malkavian. It's all over his tone of voice. Hey look, we opened a hole. No, I'm not gonna stop. We're gonna have to wait on this one. Hold on a second. We got this. We just gotta calm him down. There we go. We're getting there. Isn't this a neat trick? It's like the best magic trick ever. And then we hit him again, and boop. All of a sudden, he doesn't know we exist. Oh, another voice recording.
Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my infector. Had I been conscious after the attack, I could have stopped the orderlies from locking her in the roaming pen.
Man, that looks like the guy we can buy blood from back in Santa Monica.
Of the plague-ridden woman who met her end that dawn. Of course, there is no guarantee she would have been any more helpful than my current crop of test subjects, mewling wretches. Few could be called enthusiastic. Given the nature of the tests, I cannot expect the same fervor from all, but a modicum of cooperation would be appreciated. Animals, The one called John went so far as to gnaw off his arm and escape into the floorboards like some feral rodent. I still hear him scurrying about at night. He must be making an atrocious mess in there. My studies proceed at a languid pace. I'm mired in a foul ennui
Languid.
as my wife's illness advances.
Ennui.
My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
Is this where he gazed from? Is this the tower walk? Ooh, that is interesting architecture. Go up this spiral staircase so that you can walk, like, I don't know, 10 feet and then come back down a spiral staircase. Nobody would ever get tired of these sound effects. Nobody. Isn't it weird how there's only like 2 patients, but I keep killing them over and over again? Is that just me? Am I the only one that thinks that's weird? Sometimes there's like 4 or 5 of them in any given room. And the really weird part is how their laughter or, you know, wait, stop just keeps going even after they're dead. Like, listen, this is clearly laughing, right? Clearly. Still hearing that laughter right next to me. Maybe this Malkavian's just like really, really powerful. This is just like a reflection of his mind. I'm getting the full impact here, as it were. That's not the right one. And that leads back to something else. There we go. Ooh, another sound recording. Oh, but first we have to deal with these. Those masks really restrict their vision.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort, by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk balk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the King's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth and epidemiology of the affliction so that I may move more expeditiously toward a cure. I have accepted the role of Primogen for Clan Malkavian, the dreadfully winsome label applied to the particular strain of vampirism I suffer, so named for some supposed vampire father figure of old. More poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably bound to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance, when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter. for I have taken this office for no greater reason than to advance my research. I must make mention, however, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were hand-telling what must be my obvious infatuation with reason, for the devil, if you will, to have such honey-tongued tempers. Even so, I could not help but notice the dressing of language these vampire leaders chose for their silent song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence of empirical reason that must be an all-pervasive theme in this society of darkest night. Damn it all, now I'm doing it too.
What? I like the way he talks. It's not that weird.
As I expand my dealings with the vampire government, I have encountered a disturbing new symptom of this affliction. Frequently, in conversation, I will hear voices emanating from other vampires, voices that are not their own, but which seem to have insight into their lives beyond what I could gather from simple conversation. These voices seem to echo from deep within my fellow vampires, and I cannot be certain if this symptom belongs to my strain of illness or theirs. The voices are various and inconsistent. I dare not mention this symptom to my vampiric peers, for they have proven themselves true predators to whom I could be loath to reveal any sign of weakness. Indeed, these voices have counseled me against confessing their presence, and until I can confirm their source, I will listen. The information the voices have given me ranges from curious to frightening. The latter case is especially true of one powerful vampire whose name I shall not commit to recording in the interests of self-preservation.
I don't know how to feel about this room. Is that, I mean, like, the door's upside down, right? I mean, like, seriously. And there's a telephone. And I mean, like, it doesn't go anywhere. Telephone's not doing anything. Hmm. Let's give it a second. I really don't want to leave this girl there behind us, but... Hey there, maybe he won't be trapped in that door now when he comes out of it this time. I'm hopeful. Snap, crackle, pop! Secret wall. Oh, this is like a viewing area down into those rooms. Interesting. Because I think we found the exit, like where we would have wanted to come out. Because I bet the entrance is back here before, like, all of those people that we just had to go through. Yep, sure is. I will just rampage back over there then. Snack! Blood is actually getting pretty low just from, like, existing in this area. Makes me wonder if we can feed off of those people. Like the crazy ones that we keep on neck snapping. I mean, I guess there's nothing there. Oh. Another message.
The voices have increased in frequency and direction of late. They have begun to stay with me long after conversation has ceased and are serving as quite a distraction. I fear others are beginning to notice my preoccupation at the vampire gatherings. I am thinking again of the particular vampire of whom I spoke previously, who I dare not name for my growing fear. If the voices are to be believed, then my caution is warranted, for they speak of his blackest crimes, both past and future. More than once, I have seen the suspicion in his eyes and heard the distrust in his voice when speaking with me. The fear must register on my face, as it is all I can do in these moments to keep from crying out in chorus with the voices.
Interesting.
I am no longer safe. I know it. The voices have proven themselves authentic, and I have withdrawn from the Vampire Society entirely. My absence will no doubt draw attention, but I could no longer hold my fragile composure around the ravenous eyes of my vampire peers, especially not around him. The voices compelled me to make what I fear is a Faustian bargain, but I had to, or their demands are constant and merciless. I have secluded myself within the mansion. I know he will strike out in me. He will go to any length to achieve his ambitions, and he knows it, I know. I have taken precautions to protect my beloved wife. The cure will have to wait until our immediate safety is guaranteed. The mansion was constructed with security in mind, but at that time I was not privy to the full range of vampire capabilities. The voices echo in the twisted corridors of my psyche, dark whisperings of a macabre and formless menace, the approach of which portends an end to all of this. Die.
Oh, that is a skeleton. That is definitely a skeleton. And it was chained down and staked. That's probably grout. Yep, that's probably grout. No, that's no good. That's no good at all. The prince is not going to be happy about that. I mean, I'm not happy about that while we're on the subject. I guess, What? Grout is no longer a corpse, he is ash.
Grout is dead? Pity it could not be by my hand. No matter. Soon your self-made kings and false prophets and all who bear the mark of the beast will be washed from the earth for the coming of the Lord.
Where are your manners? How about an introduction?
As you burn, tell them it was Grünfeld Bach who sent your damned soul to that lake of fire. All agents of Satan shall return to whence they came. Let this righteous display serve as a promise to all who serve the Archfiend Lacroix. I'm coming for you, Lacroix. By the power of the Lord, I will cleanse your black soul.
Much talk, little sense. Good one. Yes, we just can't go through that door, okay. And that door's completely on fire. This isn't the way out, right? This leads... Yeah, I'm pretty sure deeper in. Yeah, that's the way back up to the tower walk. So I guess we have to go this way. Ooh! Oh yeah, we did the superhero pose. We did it. We made it out. All right, let's go turn this in, right? Tell LaCroix all about it. I'm sure he's going to be super happy. Luckily, we're dropped off right in front of his building.
Evening there. Something burning? Ugh, smells like someone burnt the burgers.
My nose knows such thing. Send me to LaCroix.
Sure, I'll open her up for you. Jeez, I could go for one of them double-spaced burgers. Onions, cheese, bacon, guacamole.
Guacamole? That motherfucker said guacamole.
The Primogens still haven't been contacted by Grout. I thought I made it clear that you were not supposed to come back until we had heard from him.
We no longer hear the voice of Grout.
Grout's dead. What?
Who is Bach? Why does he want to set me on fire?
Bach! Every time I think he's lost the scent. So, Bach killed Grout to draw me out.
Grout was not hunted. He was disposed of.
Bach is a hunter. They stalk and kill our kind to appease their god. But like many mortals, their so-called faith is nothing but a conduit through which they quench their killing urge. Who else would have killed Grout?
Nines. He seemed to be there too.
Look at me. Are you sure it was Nines Rodriguez? Because if it was, the consequences... Do you know where this might lead? Do you really have any idea?
His fist is made of anarchs. We cannot hit him, for he will hit back.
It means, under most circumstances, I would call a blood hunt on the murderer immediately. However, the anarchs of this city may interpret such an action to be a declaration of war. I do not want a war with them. This decision will take some time. I need to confer with the Primogen on this. In the meantime, I've come to a decision on the Ankaran sarcophagus, and I believe that for the safety of the inhabitants of this city, we need to place the sarcophagus under Camarilla protection until its contents can be confirmed. This also is very important, so I need to call upon your skill once more. The Ankaran sarcophagus was quietly delivered to the Museum of Natural History a few hours ago. I would like you to bring it back here for safekeeping.
Yes! Yes!
The manifest from the Dane shows there was a small box from the same dig on board, but it was listed as missing. Keep an eye open for it. It may have been overlooked. It's crucial we get the sarcophagus in our possession within the next few hours.
My pockets are hungry.
Yes, of course. Here. I can't have one of my representatives running around ill-equipped for that task.
Where must I find myself?
Here are the keys to the front door of the museum. The sarcophagus should be in an examination room of some sort. There's a small security staff on site, but I don't want a massacre. Mortals are just as easy to deceive as they are to kill.
Bury the keys, for I will fly to the roof. But first, my mind wonders something.
One or two, but that's all.
Who is the spider in the web between you and Bach?
My history with that family dates back to Bach's grandfather, who pursued me into Africa, where I killed him. Bach's father tracked me to London to meet his death. And now Bach and the Society of Leopold have followed me across America. They never learn.
I will take the field trip to the museum now.
There is a degree of immediacy attached to this task. Work fast. And, as on the Dane, you are not to open the Ankaran sarcophagus for any reason. Excuse me. Oh, and to show my appreciation for your dedicated service to me, I have secured you a haven nearby, in the Skyline apartment building. I hope it's to your liking.
Yes! And get my pet to be there too. Fantastic. Finally, he actually did something for us. All those missions, and I just now received my first payment. It was a big one, though. I'm not unhappy. But guys, that's where we're gonna end this episode. I feel like it's getting a little long anyways. Grout's Mansion's a pretty big place with lots to do in it. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed the episode, and if you did, please hit that like button down below. It's right down there. Just look down. It's down there. And if you are new, please subscribe. We've still got a fair bit going here. We're like mid-stride on chapter 2 of 4. So yeah, just hit us up, and we will see you in the next episode.